Okay, word for the future. Fair transition. Think employee-led buyouts in job-intensive SMEs. An equitable sort of LBO to face the SME generational transition. I give you Todd.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Todd Leverette, and I am co-founder and managing partner of Apis and Heritage Capital Partners, and I bring greetings from Washington, D.C. Sorry, excuse me. Today, across the U.S. and globally, demographic and economic forces are threatening what we in the United States call the American dream. The American working class, the farm worker, the construction worker, the nurse has seen their ability to build wealth steadily erode. As a result, families are forced into some impossible choices: healthcare or housing, education or survival, eroding hope and tearing at our social fabric. At the same time, and in the same cities, the U.S. small business owner is also facing a crisis. Nearly half of U.S. small and medium-sized businesses are owned by people who were born before 1965. And 70% of those business owners have no succession plan. Those business owners are, like the American worker, often forced to make some really difficult choices. Do they work until their health or death stops them from working? Do they sell their company to a financial buyer like traditional private equity or strategic? Or do they close the doors, liquidate their business, and fire their workers? It's our job at Apis and Heritage Capital Partners to give these business owners, their communities, and their workers another choice, another option, an employee-owned option. With our employee-led buyout model and our private credit fund, we offer business owners competitive value for their business and liquidity that's comparable with other private market solutions. We transform workers into worker owners, building intergenerational wealth through shared equity. We equip CEOs and management teams with a uniquely motivated workforce aligned for long-term growth. And for our investors, we deliver private credit returns and exposure to America's best small and medium-sized businesses that are, as many don't know, tax exempt and that have the most motivated workforces in America. So how does this actually work? On the front end, we look like a small private equity shop. We scour the nation, high and low, looking for small and medium-sized businesses that are for sale. We negotiate with those owners, come to an agreement, and close on those deals. After that, that's where the magic really happens. We utilize very lesser-known provisions of the U.S. tax code that allow a business once employee-owned to be 100% exempt from federal corporate taxes, and in 44 out of 50 U.S. states exempt from state corporate taxes. We then begin a 5-year transformation process at those businesses that help establish strong governance with a board that includes independent directors and and a worker representative. We fill leadership gaps through both internal promotion and external hiring. We help management teams craft sustainable growth plans that allow the company to aggressively pay down debt and improve credit, enabling us to exit through a recapitalization of the business in year 5, leaving the company to be 100% employee-owned for as long as the workers want it to be. And most importantly, and above all, we train owners to think like worker owners. And the results speak volume. The average employee-owned company across the United States grows faster, has better margins, and is significantly less likely to go out of business through an economic downturn. Moreover, the average worker in an employee-owned company in the United States is more likely to have 2 retirement accounts, an ESOP account and a 401k or another account, than their non-worker owner peers are to have 1. They also have more than twice the wealth than their average non-worker owner. So thank you again for the opportunity to be here, and hoping that you all will join us on our journey for worker ownership in the United States and around the world. Thank you.
Questions for Todd? Ines, yes.
Thank you for the presentation. So my question is, would the employees be minority or majority stakeholders?
Correct. So in our first fund, Legacy Fund 1, we currently have 5 companies, as you saw on the slide. All of those companies are 100% employee-owned. And in our second fund, the majority of the companies will be at least 80% and most likely 100% employee-owned.
Yes.
It's really intriguing because the steward ownership model is here more the way of thinking. Yeah. And it sounds like this is a bottom-up. What will happen when the employees leave? Do they sell into a kind of steward ownership model? And how does that work?
So briefly, so we invest, we use a private credit product. So we are essentially loaning the workforce the money to transition the company and buy the equity from the owner. The way the investment works for workers is the longer that they stay with the company, the more that they vest into their ownership shares and the more shares that are allocated to them. They're able to realize that value when they quit or when they retire or even if they get fired. The shares that they vested in are essentially put back to the company and the company buys the shares back. So it's a perpetual worker ownership model and we exit not by selling the company, we exit by a recapitalization and a refinance. So it's meant to be employee owned for as long as the workforce wants it to be.
Thank you. Last question. We have 20 seconds. Yes, a quick one. Yes, and a quick answer.
So what is the return that the investors in A and H get?
We target competitive, what we consider competitive mezzanine credit return, so mid-teens, 15% return. So our investment product has a lower double digits rate on the note, and then we're able to get warrants in the company that blends to a mid-teens net return.
Thank you so much, Todd.
Thank you. Thank you.